Pulkit, could you please turn on your camera?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Am I visible now, sir?
Sir, is he visible to you, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sir. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Pulkit. You are loud and clear.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
Pulkit, you are a medical doctor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you do your post graduation also, or you left after MBBS?
I didn't do sir my post-grad.
Okay,
I completed my undergraduation in December 2023.
okay. And you are working in AIMS now as JR?
No, sir. That I worked for 6 months from January to June 2024.
Okay. What are your hobbies, Pulkit?
Sir, I like to walk in my free time, watch movies, do quizzing. These are some of my hobbies.
And you watch movies of social themes. I think
Yes,
there's some problem with the internet somewhere. I think it's
yes, sir. I think there is some issue. It's breaking.
okay. You've written you watch social theme movies, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
How do you define social themes? Because all movies are social theme, isn't it?
To extent, sir, uh, these you are right in saying that, but there are some movies which depict the social reality of our
There is some
society,
problem with your internet.
like
Some
the
problem
village
with
or
your
the.
internet in case you can reconnect or what? I don't know. Because,
Sir, I can reconnect, sir.
yeah. Is it okay now?
Sir, at my side, it's fine. Are
Okay.
you able to see?
Yeah. So I just want to know what do you mean by social theme movies? Because to me,
Yes,
all movies have something to do with society, unless these are cartoon movies or even cartoon movies have social themes. Yes.
yes, sir. I also agree that every movie has a social message to it. But my understanding of social movies include that those movies which try to depict the social reality of our times. Uh, for example, the village life or how caste plays an important role in the society, how women faces patriarchy and how they are being uh, uh, stifled by the society to achieve their goals, etc. So this is these are the movie kind of movies which I like to prefer watching.
Would you agree that some of those Hindi movies or movies in any of our regional languages that have uh, contributed to growth of gender-related crimes in our society? Would you agree on that?
So definitely, movies have a social impact. They can propagate the orthodoxy stereotypes, or they can even challenge them for the betterment of the society. For example, sir, even we all have witnessed the recent cases where even minors are committing horrendous murders of their parents or their relatives, etc. And major reason which comes to my mind behind all this is the inspiration they are getting from the movies, the kind of violence which has been shown, for example, in film like Animal, etc. They do have a impact on mental, cognitive cognition and mental development of our population.
Yeah. Okay. As a doctor, when you uh, do your duty in the OPD, how many you normally do in a government hospital in a day?
Sir, at AIMS, during my internship, we used to see some 100 to 150 patients in the morning slot of 9 to 1. And in afternoon, we used to have clinics in which some 50 to 100 patients used to come.
So 2 minutes for patient.
Yes, sir. Very little time to interact and discuss with patients.
Would you do justice to a patient who is coming all the way from Nagaland to All India Institute of Medical Sciences with lots of hope, sees the doctor's face, and within 2 minutes he is disposed of? Do you, as a doctor, feel you are doing justice to that patient?
So definitely, there is injustice on our part with the patient that the patient is coming with so many hopes and spending so many resources, his time, his job, holidays, casual leaves, etc. But sir, the practical approach to tackle to a large amount of patients who are coming to AIMS necessitates that we reduce the time we give to per patient. That's practical compulsion. Otherwise, doctors are more willing to give more time to patients.
If you become the health secretary government of India tomorrow after joining IAS, what solution you can give to handle this situation in All India Institute of Medical Sciences?
Sir, first of all, I think the referral system of the country should be stepped up because uh, tertiary care institutes like AIMS should cater to complex diseases, not the simple ones, which can be managed at the state medical colleges or the district hospitals. So the proper line of referrals should be ensured. Number two, sir, uh, there can be a limit to number of appointments which can be given in a day so that a large number of patient queuing in the line doesn't compromise the amount of time which a patient gets from a doctor. Number three, sir, as government is also doing, we can open more AIMS in different parts of the country so that the patient burden is decentralized and every state has its own center of excellence in form of AIMS which can cater to complex issues.
You gave a very simplistic solution. If you open all over the country, All India Institute of Medical Sciences have been coming up in different places. But do you have the requisite number of healthcare professionals and doctors for that? Because your solution to me sounded very simplistic. And it sounded as if, you are talking from your doctor's point of view that a limited number of people should be allowed to come and see the doctor, but they don't come out of fun. They come out of compulsion. So if you say 20 people I'll see, good for you. What happens to those 150 patients? And when you say you open n number of facilities, where do you get the doctors and paramedical staff? Do you have those in your country? You are a
Sir,
doctor and you are a prospective administrator. So you got to speak responsibly. Look at both the
yes.
sides.
Sir, on that front also, the government is working. We have increased the number of medical colleges in the country. The number of UG seats and post-graduation seats have been increased. So it's a matter of time. We will definitely increase the number of doctors
What
and the
government is doing, let them do it now. I'm saying you, as a doctor, become IAS and the health secretary of India. Let's hope you do. What do you plan to do? Because you must be having some kind of vision. You are not an ordinary person. A doctor from All India Institute of Medical Sciences and a prospective IAS officer. So the nation would expect so much more from you. You must be having ideas. What government has been doing, what other people are doing, forget about that. What do you want to do? How do you change the situation?
Sir, in my line of thinking, uh, I have this feeling that uh, there should be a decentralization of burden from one institute. Instead, such kind of different kind of institutions should be created because the population of country is very large and it will be difficult for one institution to cater to their problems. We can ensure that the doctors get training from main institute like AIMS New Delhi, and they can be posted in different AIMS so that the quality of the healthcare system is not compromised. So second, I would also like to introduce technologies like artificial intelligence at the basic level, like rural levels where doctor availability is not there. So what we can achieve by AI is that some basic kind of screening can be performed at the PHC level. For example, ASHA workers have been given tablets with AI softwares where the mammogram which is being conducted, they can be processed through that software, and early lesions of breast cancer, etc. The studies are going on in AIDS. Those can be detected and then they can be referred to senior levels. So this way, technology can help us to fill the vacuum of healthcare services in the rural areas. Third, sir, I do believe that there is deficiency of doctor and we need to increase the number of UG and PG seats. Also, what we can introduce is that because PG seats are not as in proportion to the number of UG seats, we can bring in more of diploma courses rather than postgraduate courses. We can have diploma courses in which a shorter training period in a clinical hospital can also help us train effective human resource, which can tackle the shortage of doctors.
Okay. What do you think about Ayush? Whether Ayush doctors should be allowed to stand with allopathic doctors and help them in treating patients in the same hospital? Is it workable?
Sir, in my opinion, a quite significant population of country are still preferring Ayush practices over allopathy. There is some kind of hesitancy in reaching out to allopathic than Ayush doctors. So I think we can promote Ayush practices, given that we have enough research and evidence to support their practices. Once we have evidence that support their credibility, Ayush doctors can be made to work in a hospital or clinical settings with allopathic doctors, where I think Ayush can focus more on preventive aspects like how to live a healthy life. Uh, these preventive aspects can be dealt with by Ayush doctors, and some basic elements which have proven significance with the Ayush practices, and complex and more curable aspects can be dealt with allopathy.
But would you be testing the doctor, Ayush doctor, or the Ayush stream of medicine? Because when you are talking about efficacy, I have little confusion whether you are talking about testing the capability of the doctor concerned or the Ayush as a discipline, because I'm not clear what you're saying.
Sir, we should definitely have qualified Ayush practitioners. There is no doubt in that. I am just saying that we can have more research and evidence which support the Ayush practices of treatment.
But during COVID times, we have seen even allopathic system of medicine, we did lots of trial and error, like some malaria medication, some ivermectin, something we kept trying, and subsequently WHO started telling us, no, no, that was not useful. So when allopathic doctor does, we take it, and when Ayush doctor tells, we ask them for proof. So in allopathy also, it's not 100% surety. So why doubt capability of others?
No, sir, actually, there is no question of suspicion or doubt over Ayush practices. It's just that we have an aim to promote Ayush system of practices not only in India but all over the world. We might even follow Ayush practices without evidence, but the Western societies, they are more inclined towards evidence-based medicine. So that will help us to promote Ayush practices globally. Second, sir, COVID pandemic was once in a century kind of pandemics in which the time was the main issue. So in that scenario, I think such unusual steps need to be taken So that were taken, but even the allopathy medicines pass out through various trials and errors, and then only they come in clinical practice.
Okay. You stay in Delhi, so you must be aware of the healthcare parameters of Delhi. Health
We
parameters.
do.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
No, no, maybe, or you're sure.
Sir, I will have to read about it in more depth.
What is the IMR, MMR, and immunization and institutional delivery rates of Delhi? And I would like you to compare with Indian healthcare parameters.
Sorry, sir, I have to read about
I'll have to know from an AIMS doctor this uh, what is the percentage of uh, immunization in Delhi? How many are
Sorry,
getting?
sir. I will have to read.
Now, when you read, you just take care of this that after the birth of a child, when the primary vaccination are given, like polio, diphtheria, tetanus, and all that, and thereafter, when they come back after 9 months, say for taking measles, you find that there is lots of attrition. People slip away. What is the reason? All these complicated issues of healthcare provision one has to be aware of, because it's not only a question of diagnosing a disease, and because being a prospective administrator, you got to analyze the healthcare issues and how to handle it. Have you heard about uses of a sentence or a term they call positive health seeking behavior? Have you heard about it?
Yes, sir.
What is positive health seeking behavior?
Sir, the earlier concept was that when patient is ill, he or she seeks the hospital treatment. But nowadays, people are focusing more on promoting good and healthy lifestyle. So they are seeking hospital consultations as to how they can keep their body and their physical, mental health fit. So this is positive health seeking behavior.
Okay. My last question to you, being a person from Delhi, what do you think is the primary cause of pollution that happens most part of the year in Delhi? And can there be a permanent solution to this?
So, sir, various scientific researches have been conducted, and they point out that there are some major causes which is leading to Delhi's pollution. The foremost cause is the vehicular emissions. Number second is the industrial discharge into atmosphere regarding various pollutants. Number three is construction and roadside dust. Number four is the stubble burning problem, which is temporary, a seasonal problem. Sir, number five, uh, the uh, the air movement pattern is such that the pollutants from NCR region they come directly to Delhi, and in winters because of dense and cold temperature, the air becomes denser and the pollutants get settled into a lower atmospheric layer. So all these factors aggravate the pollution levels in Delhi. And regarding the solution, sir, we have already a case study like the Beijing in China, which was almost had a similar kind of situation as of Delhi. And since Beijing have reduced its pollution problem, there is a hope that uh, we can also solve this problem if we take all of stakeholder approach towards the problem.
Okay, that's all from me. How was your interview today?
So it was nice. Uh, there were some learning gaps which I have to read, sir.
Okay. My advice to you would be like the statistics available in the government websites, particularly the health department, because you are a doctor from All India Institute of Medical Sciences. So the expectations from you on health issues would be so many.
Yes,
So don't leave any gap in that.
yes,
Like what happens is when you give polio DPT across the country, after the birth of the child. Then somebody is in the hospital, and after 9 months, somebody is supposed to come back for measles. You find that many people have not come back. How do you
Yes,
get them? These are administrative issue in healthcare administration. Now, you are not expected to give simplistic solutions, because then the counter questions would be difficult to defend for you. Because if you say open number of hospitals, this a common man in the village can say, but not a AIMS doctor.
yes,
Because you don't have doctors. Most of the medical colleges in this country, government medical colleges in the country, they have 70% vacancies. So creating buildings does not help.
yes,
My advice to you would be, because you are a very bright person and you have got a very good analytical skill, just don't have the gaps in knowledge and all this.
yes,
How would you do it? Like positive health seeking behavior response, it was very positive, and really you did very convincingly, you responded. But wherever there is information gap, say how many doctors are recommended in a population of India, how many are available today in terms of manpower, how do we meet the gap? When you are talking about Ayush doctor, so basically being a doctor, an allopathic doctor, because the other person will be in the board, they might try to grill you, saying that because you are an allopathic doctor, you are just maligning other streams of medicine. So they will ask, they'll try to defend them, and you will keep on, defending yourself.
yes, sir.
Now, like I use stream of medication, suppose, like in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, the director of the institute, who was a good cardiologist, he introduced yoga after all cardiac surgery and things. So it can go simultaneously. There are few things which can go simultaneously. Testing their knowledge, people would say, who are you to test? Allopathy is allopathy is a new stream of medicine than Ayurveda or that. Why allopathy should be testing us? We'll test allopathy.
Yes,
We claim that we have treatment for virus. We don't have any claim for treating a virus. We claim that we have treatment for jaundice. You say you don't have. So you prove yourself whether you are deficient. So don't get into that, because while discussing with our friends, that's a different thing. But when you are in a responsible position, then you got to say that much which should be easy to defend. You get my point?
yes, sir.
Suppose you say that screening, referral in a particular hospital in a district, suppose there is an Ayurvedic doctor or a homeopathic doctor. He does some diagnosis, he manages minor ailments. Then, if he feels it's beyond him, he refers it to allopathy. That will work. They can work.
Yes,
That allopathic doctor need not test his knowledge. That is where you are getting into a trap.
yes,
About your All India Institute question, that first question I asked you, you are giving 2 minutes for OPD patient. Now, think about reverse referral, something called reverse referral. What is reverse referral? Somebody comes in an emergency, नाक बह रहा है, बुखार है, आ गया, इमरजेंसी में आ गया, भाई उसको क्यों 3 दिन के बाद दोबारा बुलाएंगे हम उसको उसका डिस्ट्रिक्ट का डिस्पेंसरी में क्यों नहीं रेफरल कर देंगे? मेरा बर्डन कम होगा ना. थिंक अबाउट इनोवेटिव वेज. I'm not a doctor, but I was in charge of the health department of Delhi. That's why I have little knowledge of it.
okay, sir.
You get my point. So,
Yes, sir.
suppose you say somebody goes to LNJP hospital, Morana hospital, or All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Somebody comes, बेहोश है, आप उसको भगा तो नहीं दोगे ना? लेकिन आपने 2 दिन का ट्रीटमेंट दे दिया, पैरासीटामोल दे दिया, भैया ये टेस्ट करा ले और अपना अरुणा असफली हॉस्पिटल में रिपोर्ट कर। वो करोगे तो आपके यहाँ तो 2 दिन के बाद दोबारा नहीं आएगा ना। It is not only referral, it is reverse referral also there. These are innovative concept across the world. वो सारे चीज आपको पॉजिटिव हेल्थ सीकिंग बिहेवियर का कंबाइनिंग अदर, बिकॉज आपके पास मैन पावर की शॉर्टेज रहेगी तो कैसे लोगों को लोगे। साउथ इंडियन स्टेट्स में कुछ ये सब पढ़ाई कर लीजिएगा। कुछ स्टेट्स के अंदर गायनी का, देन आपकी एनेस्थेशिया का, आपके साइकियाट्री का, काफी सारे डिपार्टमेंट, स्पेशलाइजेशन डिपार्टमेंट में एमबीबीएस डॉक्टर को 4 महीना 6 महीने का एक कोर्स कराते हैं। देन दे स्पेसिफाई व्हाट ऑल ट्रीटमेंट दे कैन डू। मान लीजिए एक एमबीबीएस डॉक्टर है, उसको गायनी के बेसिक्स कुछ दिखा दिए और उसको सर्टिफिकेट दिया, सरकार ने ऑथराइज कर दिया। वो गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट के पास ना आके उसके पास जाएगा। अगर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड केस होगा तो वो गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाएगा। वो सारे सोचो, ये सारे टेस्टेड है। ओके, इफ यू गिव दिस रिस्पॉन्सेस टू द बोर्ड, फिर बोर्ड आपको सवाल नहीं पूछ पाएगा, अदरवाइज आप ट्रैप में फंस जाओगे।
Yes, sir.
You got what I'm saying, or you want to seek any clarification? Feel free to ask.
No, sir, I got your point, sir.
All the best. You're a bright guy. You will come out well. Just think about it. Whatever I told you, jot down somewhere. Sit down coolly for some time, and then responses. What could be the questions and what could be your responses, so that the board gets convinced. It's not what government is doing. You have been saying government has been trying, government has been doing. Forget government. You will become government tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You will no longer be JR. You will be district magistrate. So the CDMO will be reporting to you. सर क्या करना है, तो एज ए डॉक्टर यू विल टेल हिम कि भैया ऐसे करो, रिवर्स रेफरल स्टार्ट करो।
Yes, sir.
दौड़ के करेगा तो गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रहा है, नहीं। ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you, sir.
You will do well, don't worry. You are very confident looking, and community, only the gaps you got to fill and you got to
Yes, sir.
prepare in this line. When is your interview?
8th April, sir.
Oh, plenty of time, don't worry. And on current affairs, on statistics, on healthcare and availability of beds, availability of doctors, availability, what is the WHO norms, what are the IMR, MMR, TFR, institutional delivery, immunization things, compare, do it. All the best.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.